Austin Show is brought to you by Slow Coast Studios, Wichita's home for EPKs, live recording, podcasts, really any audio-visual stuff that you might need.
Get with PK Pest Management for all of your pest control needs, 316-305-7108. For any termite inspections or anything under the sun, we'll take care of any problem that you have.
Sacred Leaf is Wichita's favorite CBD store. They grow their own fields out in Colorado. They make a lot of their own products. Stop by, see Nikki, tell them Aaron and Austin sent you.
Get with JEllis Kitchen. They are turning Mondays into Taco Tuesdays over there at the Shamrock Pop-Up. We love everything that JEllis is doing.
It's like a Taco Tuesday pregame.
They got fried tacos that they do all the time.
With this really good like pineapple sauce on it.
Pineapple.
It's pretty fire. Like,
yeah, dude, it's fire. Make sure you get out to Diaper Jam 2024 this year. We moved locations. We're not at Champs this year. We're moving over to Bourbon Street. We're going to have a great time. We're on 420 this year. So come out. We're going to have vendors. There's going to be food. We're going to have tons of bands. There'll be plenty of people announced coming up. Make sure that you come out to Diaper Jam.
The Cowboy Inn is Wichita's favorite neighborhood bar. For a great patio, great service, great vibe, check out the Cowboy Inn just south of Central on St. Paul.
We'd like to welcome a new official sponsor, Whiskey Dicks. They just signed on. It's a great bar. Me and Aaron love it. We love to get our old fashions there. They got happy hour from 3 to 6 every day. So make sure you get out and support Whiskey Dicks, a new official sponsor of the Aaron and Austin Show.
The Aaron and Austin Show wants to give a huge shout out to Eddie at Wichita by EB. Go check out his podcast, The Editorial. Check out all the stuff he's doing for food trucks. He releases a list of where the food trucks are going to be. He releases a list of where the bands are going to be playing. Just an amazing dude. Go support him. Find Wichita by EB. Support him however you can. Wichita Detox for 15 years. They have a great selection of CBD products, mushroom gummies, kratom, kava, and even legal THC. Hit them up, www.alloutdetox.com, or give them a call, 316-554-7459. Be all in with All Out Detox. Diaper Jam 2024, the biggest lake party in Kansas. We have Brantley Gilbert, Stone Temple Pilots, Demon Jones, Wheeler Walker Jr., Upchurch, and Joe D. Messina. So it's going to be a killer lineup. More to come. A bunch of locals popping up on that. There's a whole beach party stage. We haven't announced an act on.
Yeah, and we've got just so much going on at that show. Make sure that you're going to be out there. It's July 19th and 20th this year out at Lake Afton. Get your tickets as early as you can. There's going to be more announcements, more people coming out. They're doing 2 stages this year. The Aaron and Austin Show is going to be in the VIP section, podcasting live at the lodge all weekend long. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be camping. There's going to be dad bod contests. There is going to be a car show.
Shenanigans.
Awesome. It's almost like we've done a few of these. It's 90 fucking 8 episodes of this shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Zay the Proof, welcome. Man, we'll get to everything, Zay, in a minute. We want to shout out to Whiskey Dicks, 42 Below, RNJs, all of our official sponsors. We always got to mention you guys. We love everything you do and everything you bring for us and do for us. Especially RNJs. We got a nice new banner for them today too, as well. So you see that thing flying. And we want to welcome our new one, Rusty Nail. The Rusty Nail's on board now too. So We got 3 great bars in this town. We got the Rusty Nail, we got Whiskey Dicks, and we got Cowboy Inn Saloon. Those are all 3 places you might be able to catch the Aaron and Austin Show on Tuesday nights.
And they're all places we frequent quite a bit.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it's going to catch me and you at Whiskey Dicks on a Monday.
Well, you catch me at. I was at lunch at Whiskey Dicks today, so
that's what I'm saying.
You can catch it. Those are all 3 great establishments in town. They all do something a little different, so they each got their own little feel and their own little niche. They ain't the same type of bar, but they're all great bars. So if you're looking for the bar experience, those are always 3 great bars in town.
Definitely.
Diaper Jam and Damn Jam. And don't count out the Damn Jam. A lot of good shit gonna happen. I gotta sit on a little bit.
Don't worry about them.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. So if you got your tickets, don't jump out the boat yet, because there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot happen. We're actually gonna have a county commissioner come on the show and tell us a little bit about why that vote went that way. So I'm working on getting Ryan Beatty on the show. So okay. All right. Well, you're jacked up on so many monitors. Sorry, we're talking tech, but here we are.
If people can't hear us talk to
I know, but shit. It still made me pause, so I got to explain this weird ass pause I just had.
That's fine.
So I will say, as I introduce our guest today, he's got a brand new single that just came out February 16th. I mean, it's bugging, right? Just came out. He releases new music all the time. He's got a bunch of original music. We're going to get into all that. But if you want to get on the show, I will tell you that this man has done the avenue of the way how I would appreciate it. So when you're hitting up me and Aaron, first and foremost, you got to have something we can talk about, something to promote. It makes the show always so much easier. And
it just works better. If you have something to promote, you can clip all this whole episode to promote your shit.
Well, I get a lot of artists hit me up like, I want to be on the show, and I'm like, well, you can't just send me that. I don't know who are you. First and foremost, I don't know everybody.
Yeah, send me some stuff.
And I'm like, send me some stuff, send me some music. Boom, you're right on top of it every time, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and so
I'm glad you appreciate it. Sure.
So I was like, this man's working hard. He asked me more than once. He checked back. He got me everything I asked for. So here we are today. So here we are because of you.
Yeah.
Man,
so,
I'm glad you're appreciating that. Because I was half-ass faded when I hit you up. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to hit him up. Because I had already watched the Thane shit, and I was like, man, because I've been looking at Thane like, I want to rock with the band eventually, you know what I'm saying? So he's doing all this stuff, kind of, and I've been knowing him since Jake back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Jake Muller, his old producer or whatever, he actually produced a couple of tracks for me back in the day, but I had seen the stuff and I had already been watching it, but I was like, how do you go about doing it? But I didn't want to ask Thane because I don't...
Just hit us up. You did the right thing. Like any artist, to me, what helps me sell a show is if an artist is passionate enough to hit us up and want to be on the show, it's an on and out sell for me. Because again, I've said it a million times on this show. If you ain't passionate about this shit, why should I be? Because like if
you don't care enough to hit me up,
then why should I care?
Then why should I reach out?
And I get a lot of just like empty hits, like where sometimes people are, they're kind of in their feelings at night. I'm gonna see if I can get on the show. Well, you can, but like if you, I need you to be, keep coming, so we can make sure that we're doing something.
For sure.
Well, and keep coming the right way, man. Because we've had some people in the past just like send us random clips of them playing, and we're like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and people are just like.
And again, I love your passion, but
5 or 10 videos on it.
I mean,
with no explanations.
With no explanations.
Like you got to treat this as a business to a certain extent. You got to have fun with it, but you got to treat it like a business too. So my sales experience comes in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though I'm hitting you guys up when I'm whatever, you know what I'm saying? Had a couple shots or whatever, but sales experience, being able to know how to talk to people and present. Nobody wants to hear like, hey, I want to come do everything for me.
I really want to talk about this.
If you want to pitch something to somebody, you should actually enjoy what they are offering to the culture.
Well,
or you're just going to be in an empty ass conversation. Not to cut you off.
No. You're good. You're
100% right.
But I really want to talk about
right.
this because you brought up a really good point. Okay, talent has never been the first thing that the music industry looks at. Okay, I mean, talent is great. But like
your perception of how you are is big.
I want you to imagine an industry that is based around selling records through a band image.
Okay.
That's what's happening. Okay, that's the music industry.
Yeah.
I need you guys to be on point. Okay. And I can sell your shit, but I'm gonna put you.
I mean, you got the local.
You have to do this way,
Yeah. I mean, you're even right with the people that are on their shit that give you what they ask for. In your case, and I could name. We talked about Thane for the Birds is another band that's on their shit. If you need something from them, they answer back.
Sir Charles, fucking on shit.
Sir Charles. Yeah. There's the Midtopia people. They're on their shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people.
Time and space on their shit.
Time and Space is fire.
Lots of people on their shit.
McPherson, Kansas.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now.
But
best kept secret in this fucking state.
But your band is really only as marketable as you allow it to be, and as much as you push it.
Yeah,
when it's accessible as you are too.
What does that come down to? That comes down to how much information do you put yourself in the middle of? You know what I'm saying? It's like, because in order to promote, you got to know like exactly how to go about doing it, like the first steps of it.
And you got to work at that shit too.
The first step is always asking, and I'm gonna say that to the camera. Ask a question, bro. That shit is so underrated. Just ask.
Ask somebody that knows.
Because at the end of the day, is what he's saying, and I'm gonna look at the camera too. Is you don't know everything, and
nobody does.
Especially when you don't know shit. For the first year of podcasting, I asked so many fucking questions of people that would give me any answers that I wanted.
There is not a problem in not knowing something, man.
No.
That's not a problem. You know how many people don't know something? Everybody
till you start fucking with
everybody.
And that's why I like country music, or like the outlaw country music. They talk a lot about. I get a little older and a little less wise, and specifically Cody Jinks. He's an outlaw country singer. He's not like one of these mainstream pop dudes trying to rap.
I know Cody.
We know him actually. Luckily through Kenny, a lot of people in Wichita know of him. So.
Yeah, so he's okay.
He was here before he was popular. He was playing.
Really? We had a promoter in town.
See, I found him when
we had a promoter in town that saw the writing on the walls with him and had him in a lot of small venues.
Kenny Bellinger.
Rest in peace to Kenny Bellinger. But yeah, he definitely saw something with Cody Jinks real early.
That's crazy.
Cody Jinks, Whitey Morgan.
Dude, I'm not going to say we gave him a start, but he was giving him venues when he was still traveling.
But he had a start.
But also, you're talking about a guy that was based out of like
that's dope.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, he was close. He's not far from here.
Yeah, so he's based out of like our region. So
I would have thought
he played Wichita.
He played a room the size of this room. He played a room the size of this room.
Really?
Yeah.
I had to look just to
like the elbow room. The elbow room in Wichita was not a big place, and it was. I mean, the stage was.
Kenny had a vision, man.
Yeah,
and he had really good taste.
Yeah, for sure. It was. And he was on board for hip hop and everything. Like he promoted everything. He was a pretty.
That's a big deal. Real quick, I want to get into that because there's a couple establishments in town that won't mess with me because they don't do hip hop. I understand it.
Fuck that.
To a certain extent.
No.
I understand it.
I understand what you're saying.
Because usually the hip hop stuff.
If my bar has a brand,
it's a brand.
If my bar has a brand, I don't book certain shit.
Right.
But then you can't post all that inclusivity shit that they post. Fuck them.
That's a good point.
Fuck that. They do that. They do that though.
To your point, bars have a brand, bro.
Bars have a brand.
But check this out. I didn't hit you guys up just because I need a podcast. I hit you guys because I could have hit up Humble Greatness and them too because I grew up.
Angela's dope, dude.
Angela's
and you've done work with them.
I'm going to.
Yeah, of course you
do that podcast as soon as they. You know what I'm saying? I've already asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Also, some back history on that is I've known Angelo since he was in college at the Christian college out here. I forget what it's called. Friendship?
Yeah. Our Friends.
Yeah. I think he was at Friends. It might have been something else.
Angelo, if we're wrong about your shit, we'll read your autobiography later. You know we love you. He might show up here tonight. He knows you're going to be here.
Since I was like 16.
And he's produced some of your tracks.
And he's produced most of my recent, well, not most, but
he did the newest single.
The last
single, correct?
The newest single, Buggin', was produced by Humble Greatness Studios.
Yeah.
I sent it to him. He got it back to me in 12 hours. He does that every time. I don't even know.
He's great, man.
Like, he has a family and stuff.
He's a hustler.
He does that.
Dude, you know him, right?
What? Yeah, I know him.
You've met him and talked to him.
He's from Texas, bro.
But you met him and talked to him,
yes.
right? He can't stop. He can't stop. He's one of them dudes that can't stop. Like, I love him for that because he's always got. Like
he's setting the bar in Wichita.
I love him.
He's setting the bar.
I love him.
He moves faster and
like him when it comes to hip hop. And I won't even just put him in a hip hop bracket. Actually, my bad on that.
Because it's all over.
When it does come to what I'm creating, which is hip hop,
that's the best album.
Not in Kansas anymore. There's him, and then there's Nest Records is producing a lot of good hip hop, and Parallel. There's a lot of good.
I don't know about Parallel. Tell me.
Parallel Studios. I don't know if they're newer.
Is that a Wichita? Is this a Wichita gig?
It's a Wichita It's a Wichita setup.
Okay, cool. Parallel. If you want to get on the show, hit me up.
I'm really not in that world. I would love to hear about it.
I mean, I'm in that world, but I'm trying to get more into the local hip hop world. I've been a hip hop kid since I was forever. It's forever been my favorite.
It's good to get to know it anyways.
For real.
Get to know the culture of the city, other different pockets of it.
Oh, there's a lot of it, man.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I used to have to leave the city because the hip hop was one, kind of like you said, not promoted, and two, a little off kilter.
Yeah,
I think we've come a long way in the last 10 years as far as the hip hop in this town.
Bro, in South Central Kansas, period, 5 years ago, everybody was talking some crazy stuff, and there's still that going on.
Well, it was a lot of flat beats. It was a lot of bullshit.
Yeah,
it was like really easy beats.
Better production, top tier production, which comes from like Nest. Parallel, Humble Greatness Studios.
See, I want instruments and depth. I want instruments and depth in my hip hop music.
Me too.
That's why everything Dreamville, baby. Everything Dreamville. Dreamville's the best.
You trying to get a sponsorship?
Shit. Well, I even traveled to Kansas City to check out Jid and Smino.
Bro, Jid is underrated.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite current hip hop artist right now.
The way he puts his words together is like.
Yeah.
unfathomable.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. He's my top 5 favorite right now.
And he's a marketing genius. He told everybody back in the day when he first started popping, he first got signed to Dreamville. He told everybody he was a granddad, just in a random like this scenario. He was just like, "Yeah, I'm also a granddad." They were like, "What?" And then it just went weird on World Star for a little bit.
And it wasn't even real.
Let it go weird,
and
man.
he wasn't a granddad.
Because he's like, well, I mean, I still think to this day, I think he's like, to right now, I think he's like 23. He's still pretty young fucking dude. No, he's a young
So
guy.
everybody's like, what? That's how they're getting down.
He really is the rebirth of Lil Wayne. He really, for the most part.
Hey, yeah.
Complex syllables. People didn't realize that the Lights Out album that Lil Wayne put out, he was like fucking 14 at that time.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize that he was making major hip hop records before he was fucking.
Wayne was doing some crazy stuff before he was even 16.
Yeah, he was. I mean, running with the Hot Boys by the time he was 17 years old. I mean, that's some crazy
Birdman had asked for permission. Like, the only reason why he got to record after school was that Birdman had to promise his mom that he wouldn't be cussing and that he would be back at a certain time and there wouldn't be any girls or any type of drugs in there. Yeah. Right. I watched that from.
Sorry, Mom, I'm lying.
I promise.
Yeah, I watched that Cash Money. I
think there was probably.
I promise 100%.
So to parlay that as him as a young age. So when did you start rapping? When did this become an option for you? Because are you originally from Kansas?
Hutchison.
Well, you're in Hutchison now, right?
But I also have to. I grew up equally in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I saw that on your bio. I knew that you were. I knew that you were.
Are you Mormon?
Hell no, bro. See, and not to talk.
Gotta ask, man.
The Mormons are nice people.
Yeah, some Mormons are cool, but what they believe.
I was excommunicated from the Mormon church.
I know, like you, Church of Latter-day Saints. Please don't send me any messages.
You're excommunicated.
Yeah. He grew up in an LDC.
You know what's up, then. You know about the culture that they have. I don't even got to tell nothing about it. And you can Google it if you want to know. But so Salt Lake City is a lot different. It's not just Mormons. It's a lot.
That's a big city.
It's like 2 million in the metropolitan area. It's Denver with the smaller downtown, but it's
not quite as crunchy as Denver.
Oh no. It's clean, bro.
Yeah,
you can eat off of the sidewalks.
It's
like
clean.
Coming from Hutch, where everything's breaking up. You know what I'm saying? The sidewalks are all put together, but I'm not gonna get.
That's not Mormon police state.
It sounds like there's some social engineering going on.
It's a Mormon police state. It's a Mormon police state.
I'm not trying to promote Salt Lake. All I'm saying is that Salt Lake is more than Mormons. There's so much culture out there, bro, that's just beautiful when it comes to music.
I heard it's actually a really beautiful fucking city.
It's dope, bro.
So you got to split, did you split time growing up there and here?
I'm a Greyhound baby, so since 14 till about 21, I was taking Greyhounds like every year. I dropped out of high school at 16, and then I started going like, I don't like it. Nah, fuck it. 3 months later, I'm going back to Hutch. And what's funny is Hutch's nickname is Salt City.
I know. The Salt Hawks and everything.
It's the city of
there's a bunch of salt. Yeah, there is a bunch of salt mines.
It's kind of like, I don't know. It's a cool origin story or whatever the hell. But equally, I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah, equal amount of time in Hutchison, Kansas, and we're only a rock's throw away from out here. So
how long of a fucking bus drive is that?
That's sometimes depending on how
like
cheap you want the ticket to be. I might go all the way down to Dallas from Hutch, and then shoot up to Albuquerque, and then up to Salt Lake. So that might be a 2-day trip.
Holy shit!
And if shit goes haywire in Dallas, and somebody calls I'm about to come shoot that motherfucker up. They're locked in.
So this is real. This is real.
I've taken like 25 Greyhound trips, bro. I've seen a lot of stuff.
No, I got off of a Greyhound at one stop, and I was like, I can hitchhike and beat this motherfucker.
Straight out.
And I did.
Oh, you hitchhiked?
And beat it, man.
Hey, that's like a bucket list thing, but I don't want to die.
I ain't hitchhiking.
Oh, go ahead, hitchhike, man. I've done it a bunch.
I'm not saying that you would die. I'm just saying in the movies, that's all you
Ain't nobody picking my big ass up. Ain't nobody picking no 6'3", 300-pound man up that they can't deal with. No way I'm picking this big ass up. I ain't fucking trying to deal with this big man. First of all, he probably ain't gonna fit in my fucking car.
Hey, honestly, the sketchiest thing I had happen when I was hitchhiking. The sketchiest thing.
Oh, besides the actual hitchhiking.
Yeah.
No.
Besides
hitchhiking's dope, dude.
I don't know, man. That's a hard sell for me.
No.
But I'm listening.
Dope. The sketchiest thing that had happened was like people expecting sex.
Why were they driving?
They're not going to kill you.
Are they want fellatio?
They've been driving for a long time.
Do they want fellatio while you're driving?
Kind of like.
whatever it was. I'm just going to say that there's.
So you look over and there's either like a ham out, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. I was actually going to that Love's right there. That was my destination.
Actually, if you could pull this bad boy over.
He's like mile 14 is where I was going.
That's it. That's it right there.
So did you pick up hip hop here or hip hop in Salt Lake City?
So I picked up music first, and it's because I have a very old, I don't know, free soul family.
Well, I will tell you that some of that free flow and great like musicianship comes through in your music a lot. It really does. Awesome. Like even when I first started listening to it, when we started hitting this up, I was like, man, this guy's he's got something here.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm glad.
Yeah, you have a good feel
that.
to it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that and you see that. But yeah, my relationship with music, because when people ask, or when I tell people what I do, I start with songwriter, poet, videographer. I don't say I'm a rapper because that automatically puts a bandana on my head, a gold chain. I'm trying to get a Lamborghini and 3 bitches that aren't my fiance. You know what I mean? That's not me, bro.
There's a lot of people that don't understand the musicianship that goes into hip hop music.
It's a lot of work too, just like any other.
Well, it produces more music. It produces more new content than any other music by miles.
Yeah, and there's hip-hop more expectation too, because as a rock artist, you can wear what you want and you're not going to get looked at weird. I like to hike my pants up and wear long socks and because I skateboard. You know what I mean? I have I got my ears.
You're 32. You still skateboard?
Well, yeah. Well,
you about a year away from that. You better get that up.
Listen, not like I did.
Okay.
But I get on
you ain't taking chances.
Like the last time I did something, I fucking blew out my big toenails.
Exactly.
Like it fell off, and it took 3 weeks for it to like get better. Like I'm not 18, bro. It's not gonna get better.
You got a daughter and a cool family thing going.
I'm not out trying to like get
fuck that shit.
Be pro and like doing.
Now, we need to tell what's his name too, Mike Bino too, to calm down on his.
And plus for me,
I love Bino, man.
Yeah, I know we saw him at RJ's today.
Yeah, I love Bino.
Growing up in Salt Lake though, it's like longboard culture. Like a lot of people ride longboards to the tracks, like the train system to get to where they're going, hit their longboard back, and
nice.
plan their whole trip.
That's more my speed. That's more my speed.
Yeah, so I'm
just not trying to get them wheels off the ground.
You know what I'm saying? I know how to do shit, but when I was younger, I would do it. But I like to ride. I just like to get on, take a couple laps around my skate park, and just enjoy that for a little bit. Because I have a daughter, I have a lot of responsibilities, and that feels good. Just take a couple laps.
I would tell my same friends. I got friends in Denver. It's like, you gotta eventually put that snowboard away.
Straight out.
You gonna blow that knee up.
Because even just taking laps, I could fuck my knee up.
Well, and the thing is like, as a man, and I've been there. So I'm 40 now. So I know he's been there too. You get to that. Especially if you did a lot of sports. I grew up playing sports, and I still, every once in a while I'm like, and I try to, and no, you ain't got it no more, bro.
Yeah,
you got it. You got some of it, but it ain't the same.
Them knees like
to have to hover around.
Yeah, shit. So I wanted to talk a little bit about. I listened to your first collab. It was like your first album is called Patagonia. Is that how you say
Patagonia, the hike up.
Yeah. So like it was kind of like it's got a freestyles type album, kind of.
That's the vibe of it. But I wrote everything.
You wrote everything?
Yeah.
Man, it's got some great tracks on it. Would that come out in 20 or 21, somewhere in that area?
It came out in 2020.
Was that your first like full put together album? Or?
So I'm glad you brought it up because I really want to talk about that. I'm glad you guys like looked at that.
When you send me your music, I started at the beginning. I was like, well, this is what I got, and honestly, that album was easy to listen to a lot. I think as much as I've listened to It's Okay, it made it a star. Well, I made it a star.
No, I saw that it was coming from Wichita.
It was me.
It's me. Plays like for a week.
It's me.
That's fire.
It's me. I've been listening to that song like a motherfucker.
He said that he messed with that. I think he's playing that. I was like happy. I was showing my girl. I was like,
well, I actually like the one No Quote. That's before that too as well. No Quote.
I said that shit was fire.
Both of those.
Everybody's told me that No Quote's like too slow, and I'm like, bro, that's so fun. It's fun. The imagery I'm painting.
Well,
I'm standing on the mountain in my slides. People didn't
get it 10 toes, baby.
I'm standing 10 toes down, no matter what, how uncomfortable the situation is. You can find me on a mountain with snow-capped peaks, and I'm on the peak in some fucking swim gear. Comfortable.
Well, it really that song hit home for me because I've always been the white bro that's like wears shorts all winter. And
straight up.
So that's
my legs don't get cold.
Yeah, my legs don't get cold.
I'm so tough.
I'm so tough.
You're that guy.
But I just honestly, it's just to say that I just hate pants. It ain't really that it's not that I can fucking weather the cold better than anybody else. I just like shorts and flip flops better than everything else. So my dumbass was willing to fucking put up with it. So like, what is is that the first thing did you do any singles before Patagonia?
So my story goes back to this will kind of answer the other question and this.
We'll let you run with it.
But like, I started making music when I was like, I started writing music when I was in like 4th grade. Like I started writing raps or whatever because I can't sing. And I tried it and everything.
Yeah, you can sing a little bit.
I got melodies now, but I had to work at it.
Yeah,
I had to try.
That's fine.
I had to take 50 takes on a song and stack it 5 times and be like, oh, those 5 sound good. You know what I'm saying? And then send it to somebody who can make it sound better. Yeah. Because it's still not.
Well, but you got a nice delivery in your songs. That I mean, and the harmonies come in right. Like so, everything you produce has come out well. So you've always worked with good people, but it helps that you're doing it right too. You can give yourself a little more credit than that.
Yeah, but I haven't always. That's what I'm saying. Is that when I first started, I fell into drug addiction real young, bro. Like probably 15. I started doing a bunch of crazy shit.
Did the music industry facilitate that, or just on your own?
So early 2000s in Salt Lake City, it was rave culture, bro. It was rave culture, and it was also Mac Dre. He's been dead for 15 years at the time, and he was probably bigger in Salt Lake City than he was in the Bay.
Sorry.
Actually, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm saying he was big in Salt Lake City in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah. You want to try to look? He's got the other one. He's got the other one.
I want you to see this, man. This is good.
So I got into a lot of uppers and stuff.
That was so graceful.
No, that was horrible. That was like I don't even know what I did there. That was like stupidest fucking ever. Trying to pour a drink. How the fuck did I?
It's like you forgot which way wrist been.
Well, I'm trying to get around this thing.
It worked well. I mean, you landed it all in the glass.
I should have used this hand. Is really what I should have done.
You landed it all.
Beautiful.
You landed it all in the glass, so who cares? Fucking it was hilarious.
Weird as hell.
That was the most like.
He was trying to figure out.
It was great. It was great. It was absolutely fabulous. And that West Bottoms, thanks RNJs. West Bottoms is delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
So anyway, where the fuck were we talking about?
RNJs.
We're talking about Patagonia and you coming into writing that music because you was writing this.
Oh yeah. So it's getting to something. But when I was younger, I ended up finding DJ B-Ray, who's DJs at a lot of the big clubs in Old Town and stuff. Some of the ones that got shot up, like City Nights and stuff. I'm just kidding.
I remember when City Nights was hot.
I'm sorry about everybody that got hurt there or whatever. I don't even know why I said that.
I mean, people get shot at places. I mean, people got shot at a Super Bowl thing.
Diarrhea. Yeah, that was crazy.
At a fucking parade.
Yeah, for
yeah, that was nuts. But anyway, so I started out like finding, just like I found you guys, I asked a question and ended up starting to record. And I forgot where we were going with that, though.
Oh, shit. You had to do that weird pour.
No, the Patagonia.
Well, we were talking about how you were starting to get.
Oh yeah, so I started music from DJ B-Ray, who's a big dude out here, and dang, I keep on trying to get back to.
I don't remember where we was on Good Vine too.
Patagonia started.
You were talking about.
It's a bunch of collective, like it's a collection of old verses. So the reason why I took it back to the beginning of when I started is because a lot of those verses come before 2018. So everything you hear in Patagonia, like on It's Okay, you enjoy It's Okay. Mm-hmm. There's 3 or 4 verses on there. All of them come from different parts of my life. That's what's interesting about.
So it took a little while to put that together.
And that's why I said I'm glad that you brought that up. Because it's something that I've wanted to talk about because I think it's so cool.
So some of those
tracks
took multiple years to write because they had different.
Yeah, that's what you say. 16 on the last.
Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
I was talking about my addiction. That's what I was saying.
There we go. We got back.
So I fell into addiction earlier. I started in the rave culture. I started popping ecstasy and doing a bunch of stuff that took me away from what I knew I needed to be doing when it comes to music. And I just was freestyling at parties for a while and just doing dumb stuff because I was addicted to ecstasy and whatever upper that I could come up on at the time. And I finally fell away from that. But the whole time that I was messing up and I was addicted to this and that and I was just wasting time, the whole time I was still writing. So I have verses and verses and verses and notebooks and notebooks and notebooks full of crazy shit. Because when I'm high, I write crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Go back in, Paul. Go back in, Paul. Shut down.
Drugs. What you telling them to go back into addiction?
No, I'm saying go back into those notebooks.
I'm just joking.
Go back into notebooks.
So no, that's what I did. Is that I started getting back into it, and I was like, bro, I'm good, bro. Like I had to tell myself.
There's actually something here.
And you don't have to be cocky in saying that to yourself, but at some point you have to say, do I need to keep doing this, or am I good enough to keep doing this?
You have
to have a talent.
You do have to have some confidence. Don't be an ass.
Is it that much of a delusion, or do I need to keep doing it?
There is a fine line between cocky and confident.
Well, and then you start tiptoeing on that imposter syndrome shit that comes in, and all that goofy shit that comes in.
That happens either way.
You're right. You're 100%. Yeah. You're 100%. But what I've noticed is a stagnant in your life, even from when you were little, is that you always are writing.
Yeah,
because what do you have over 50 original songs currently right now?
Yeah,
so.
And that's what I was getting to. So we can just what I was trying to say is just that I've always wrote, bro. So I've always had content. Imagine if you're a content creator, like you guys are podcasters, but you already had your videos, and you were like, man, when I was 27, I used to make videos all the time, and you had them, and then you put them out, and you could just do it for years, and people were like, wow, this is dope, and you're like, damn, I should have put this out in the first place.
Right.
But at the time, you're putting it out, and you're like, man, I'm just trying to catch up. I just want to catch up. That's what I was doing. So I'm like, I'm not letting all this shit go to waste. Why would I spend time to write new shit when I got 15 notebooks in my closet right now? Yeah. And I got a notepad in my iPhone that has 150 songs and poems and ideas for shows. So I had to catch up. So not to cut you off, but I had to catch up to the point where it was like I have so much to say and I haven't said it yet because I was so high. I was so high, bro.
But you're sitting on a gold mine of material. Yeah. You're sitting on a gold mine of material.
But then now, 4 years later after I started, and I didn't start.
You're really lucky you wrote it down.
But I did start.
Well, that's what helped me.
You're lucky you wrote it down.
And that's what I'm telling. And that's what I've been telling. I've been telling artists.
Document everything.
Write that shit down. If you write bits, if you write music, you write that shit.
Everything.
Write that shit down because it can come back to you. That some shit you wrote 10 years ago might come back as a song.
I do poor man copyrights too. So I have.
You mail it to yourself.
Yeah.
How does your writing process go when you're talking about songs, or does it just come to you as poems? Like that's where I was going to cut you off and ask you. It's like when your writing comes to you, because you seem to have been writing for 20 plus years. You're 32 years old. You've been writing for over 20 years.
Since I was like
till you could figure it out. I mean, as soon as you figured it out, you were writing. Yeah. So like, does the writing process come to you in song form, or does it do you ramble until it comes to something, or do you write hooks first?
I don't tell too many people this because I would hate to sound weird or corny or whatever. Like, but at the end of the day, life is poetry to me, bro. Like, life is poetry. Like, there's poetry everywhere. Like, stuff just lines out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for real.
I don't know. So that's why I started writing so early, was because there was so much that I observed that at an early age that just wasn't right, and I was just like, there's something that's not going on.
But
I don't know it's not right. But the world that I'm growing up in is like, there's something not right, and I want to tell people about it. Like, I want to go to grandma's and tell her that my world is messed up a little bit. But I don't think like that. I'm just thinking like, I feel like I need to tell somebody what's going on.
That's how it worked for me. I just felt like I was seeing shit that nobody was seeing.
How old are you right now?
That's perfect. I should have just said that. That's
how old are you right now?
I'm 32, bro.
32. So I'm 44, and I felt the same fucking way.
Me too, man. I started writing at 15.
This world's been coming down.
I told my lady in the parking lot, I was like, she was like, are you nervous? And I'm like, not really. I was like, they nerd out on the same shit I nerd out about.
And we like to think that we are good at making. No, we like to really think that we are good at making all of our guests very comfortable when they come on the show. I think we've done a great job of that for a long time.
And I'm going to tell everybody out there listening and everybody that's ever been on this show, there's more of us than there are of them. Okay. Like this old school mentality is dying out by the hundreds every day. Okay, like
that's why the Aaron and Austin show exists, baby. We win it.
This old world that we grew up in, it is changing. Yeah. There is a positive thing on the other side of this coin.
There is,
and it is months, maybe years.
That goes to the poetry
it's right around. Man.
So with the bugging song that dropped on the 16th. I just shot
brand new music
at the mall. I shot a promo clip at our dead ass mall in Hutch, and I was walking.
I saw that. I saw that. I actually saw that today. I saw
food court shit just to
on that table. I saw that table.
I'm literally walking across my memories. Like I was
standing
in those lines.
Yeah, I've ate there at that. I've actually played so much baseball in Hutchison. I've been in that mall. I've played at Hobart Netter baseball field so many fucking times.
You play baseball?
I played baseball, baby.
So is that mall like Lord of the Flies yet, or what?
It's like Town West, baby. About the same, except for they're paying their bills. Except Town West ain't paying their bills.
What I don't understand is the owner's from Texas, so I don't know if it's a way to, you know what I'm saying? Some weird shit going on, but the owner's from Texas and all the stores are gone, which. Wow. The internet killed the food court. That's my new thing. Like the radio killed.
Amazon killed the malls. Amazon killed the malls.
But the malls. That's a direct side effect. But I'm trying to say like y'all killed the food court though, bro. What's going on?
Well, the thing was is if you don't have the other stores to keep the employees of the other stores.
The employees keep the food court.
Kept the food court. So now, I mean, because Sbarro was great, but how many of y'all motherfuckers is going to get a pepperoni pizza if you wasn't there?
But that
so I mean,
and how many people are going to Sbarro now?
Nobody.
Goes back to the great American.
But I do miss the malls. I don't care how old you are. Is one tragic thing that's happened with Amazon. I do miss malls. Malls and shopping was.
I love Amazon though. Don't get me wrong.
I fucking love. We got an adapter that made this show possible today. Like we did.
I ordered it yesterday. It was here today.
Hey, don't get me.
I'm just saying, man.
Like I'm a bitter one. Like,
amazing.
So I wanted. So we talked about Patagonia, and then he did this live album, and I want to give credit to whoever recorded that live album. That you did. It is a fucking good sounding live album. Yeah. Like where did you do that album at? And I didn't even. And I put this in because it was you and LSP, who is another hip hop artist. I don't know about giving him his credit.
He's from Hutch, and he's out here doing big stuff too with Humble Greatness, and he was on the Wichita Cyphers, and he was putting on for Hutch appropriately. Like you should if you're from Hutch, but a lot of people from Hutch like to act like they're from out here. So I'm proud of my brother. I just want to say that.
Be from Hutch.
I mean, as soon as people ask like, "Where's Hutch?" You're like, "Well, it's right by Wichita."
Yeah, they act like we're a suburb or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, well, people don't realize. That they're. I mean, because I went to school in Sterling. I went.
Sterling?
Yeah, I played baseball in Sterling.
Oh, they have a good college team, bro.
They did when I was there too, and I moved on as quick as I could because boy, that's a small town.
Bro, and they like to hey, you can't.
It's a weird. Well, it's a dry county too, right there too. It's a weird. That's a weird spot. Yeah. It was not made for Austin Shoemate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
a guy that's selling weed and drinking a lot as a baseball player in high school, moving into college there was not.
Allegedly.
None of that really happened.
Yeah, not a great place for me. So.
But with the LSP thing, or
I just want to know you do the live album.
The live album. I'm not gonna fake the funk with you, bro. It's not a live album.
Okay, I was about to say because it sounds amazing.
So we have a thing. Me and LSP. We make a project whenever we want to. That's called Live from Wherever We're Recording It.
Okay.
So our first project was Live from Porter Commons, which is an apartment complex on 11th Street in Hutch, and it was where we met. You know what I mean? So when we started recording, directly after that, we made a song and we were like, it's Live from Porter Commons because we were recording over there. Yeah. Now the second one we put out was Live from Teakwood, and the street that I was living on in Pueblo, Colorado, is called Teakwood Court.
You was living in Pueblo at that time?
Yeah, that's my town.
Oh,
Pueblo, yeah.
Pueblo's like Wichita of Colorado, baby.
Yeah.
Salida Mountain. I've been on
Salida. They call it Mexico.
I've been on Salida Mountain before. I've been on Monarch Mountain. I've been in Salida.
Salida.
Yeah, Salida.
Yeah, Salida. It definitely is a Mexican. It is a very Mexican community in Pueblo.
Yeah. It's mostly Mexican.
That's why it's not Salida.
And they got that cattle ranch there too.
Yeah.
So.
But I spent from 22 until 2020 out there, and then I moved my family out here. My daughter was born in Pueblo.
Oh, what?
Yeah, my mom's from there.
I like Colorado, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Southern Colorado is probably the most beautiful.
Because they especially since they ain't getting killed. You ain't getting killed for the real estate there yet.
No, well, it's starting to.
It's starting to.
Yeah,
but
Denver's damn near LA at this point.
Too much.
Everybody moved here. Recreational weed killed that place, man. You can't. I got a buddy. My best friend. My best friend lives in Littleton, and
Littleton's fire, bro.
That's
hey, have you been to the block party in the summer?
Well, no, I haven't been to the block party, but I go
in June. Littleton block party goes up.
Westminster,
so much good food. Westminster's cool too.
That's where I was always.
Well, people think that Denver is like this big place. It's not. It's this really tiny little city, and then it's like Oakland, Newcastle, and all this shit around it. It's not really much to it.
Westminster, Aurora.
There's no space in between any of those.
That's
why
they grew out,
but it's. I love it because of the way it's set up. I think it's really cool.
I was born in Northwest Aurora, but literally like Denver and Aurora, there's no space in between.
No,
if
a small highway,
and you ride east, you're in Aurora by the time you pass fucking.
Well, I mean, you can be in like 5 of those fucking little city states in like 20 minutes if you go through them all. I mean, you go through Oakland and Newcastle and Denver and Aurora and all of them. Yeah, Littleton.
And Colorado Springs, old Colorado Springs.
Well, Colorado Springs.
Manitou Springs.
Well, that.
Like
all that.
Colorado
Springs has all the suburbs around it as well.
And so that's kind of how they set up their shit. I mean, Colorado does some weird shit. I just, kudos to them. It's a cool place to hang out.
Yeah, it's fire.
It is.
Fire as hell.
So you can't. So you've been to a couple cool places, but you keep coming back to Wichita. You love it over here, huh?
I like Wichita, bro. Back in the day, they had tops and bottoms, and we used to get our big T-shirts.
I know.
Remember back in the day?
Yeah, dude, I'm a huge dude. I know.
Them kids.
Yeah, you go get all that.
And they'd be wearing them big fucking things and the dicky pants.
That sounds like a gay bar.
That was our shit.
To me.
It is. I mean, well, tops and bottoms. So tops and bottoms was there was one right next to the flea market on. At Pawnee and Meridian, there was a big tops and bottoms there. Like you get hip hop gear that you couldn't find at other places at those joints. Like
they sold fake grills and stuff like
the
that.
fakest shit. You get the fakest FIFA shit.
You got the wax hanging out your teeth. You're like, man, you got that tops and bottoms.
Yeah, we know.
I didn't.
A George Foreman grill, but it's a J on the George.
It was like a swap meet vibe. You know what I mean? Like
the number 4.
It was a flea market. It's definitely a flea market vibe up in there.
Yeah.
You know, some shit might be made by some real shit that they stole off a truck. Some shit might have been sold in the back of this place.
Hey, it's like a Temu vibe. Matter of fact,
Temu.
Temu.
Words that
has anybody ordered?
Yes. Oh, John, I got a daughter, baby. I got a daughter. My daughter's on Temu.
Check this out.
Yeah.
You just gotta check the specs.
T-shirts off Temu.
Just check the specs.
10 for 20.
Check the specs.
10 for 20 on the white T-shirts. Way better than Fruit.
Just check the specs. Just check the specs on anything that you buy off of Temu.
But it's gonna show up. It's gonna be real.
Yes. Oh,
it's not a
100%. They advertise it on the Super Bowl. You think they shit ain't real?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know.
You spending
That shit sounds crazy.
$7 million.
You try to give me a 4K camera for like $8.
Now, see, some of that shit. Check the specs. I'm saying check the specs. Because it'll show up in a camera and it'll be like this big.
It'll be like that big because you didn't look at it.
You didn't look at this shit.
All right.
Some of the shit is real and some of the shit is bullshit.
And then you're going to hit Temu and they're going to be like, the spec said it was 2 inches by 2 inches.
You dumbass.
I gave you what you ordered. Okay.
Some of it's shit's real shit, some of it's bullshit.
But it will show up. It'll show up.
I will tell you first and foremost that I would trust Temu 7 times over Wish.
How long will it take? Alibaba?
I wouldn't.
What happened?
The Alibaba?
Nah, bro, I'm not fucking Alibaba.
What is Alibaba?
I did it. So
same vibe.
It's the same
but
vibe.
It sounds super sketchy just with the name of
it. Alibaba was ahead of their time, bro. That's crazy.
Well, a lot of shit was.
They should have marketed it right, bro.
So Alibaba's like Temu?
It was, wasn't it?
Right.
That's crazy you just said that, bro. You just like...
I know what this is.
I don't know Alibaba.
He said, I know what this is.
Yeah. It's that same kind of vibe.
Alibaba, it was Temu.
And Alibaba was cool, but the shit would take like 12 weeks to show up.
Well, sometimes when you're ordering shit from across the country,
I ordered t-shirts
across the world
there too, and it did take a minute.
Where we at?
Forever.
Did you say something, Andy? Oh, okay. Pull your mic in a little bit.
All right, my bad. I was getting far away.
You're all right.
I know how it is. So you got some shows coming up.
Yeah, I got.
So let's backtrack before we go to new shows coming up.
All right, bet.
So, but you released an album and you've done some albums. When did you start doing live shows? Did that come in about the same time? Were you doing open mics to start? Like what was the Hutchison growing up hip hop scene like?
So the Hutchison growing up hip hop scene started out for me is like, how do I do this? I started recording on an MP3 player, putting it out on MySpace. Okay.
I remember MySpace. I liked MySpace.
Yeah. So
rest in peace, MySpace. I wish I was still back.
I'm still there.
So my recording process used to be, let's move this MP3 player that records voice memos enough until we figure out what's appropriate amount of beat and voice. And I do it.
Were you making the beats at that time too?
No, I was still on them off LimeWire. Like I'm like 12, 13. There's LimeWire. I'm typing in.
You frying your mom's computer with that?
Your computer.
Bro, it's fine. It's done. We had beef over that.
LimeWire was like 3 months. Your computer dead.
Now I can't access shit on this motherfucker.
I'm like, what?
No. It's only 18 gigs of music.
So I download a lot of instrumentals out there, make a lot of MySpace music that I record myself on the voice memos of my MP3 player that I would take from the MP3 player, put it onto Windows Media Player, and then directly upload to MySpace, which to this day is like super futuristic for that time period. It's like
you found that loop was
doing that in 2005.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp.
I want it right now. Like if you,
it's pretty sharp, brother. It's pretty sharp that you was able to put that on. Yeah, so you was. I mean, you was doing some shit. But then I started
passing it around in my school. This is different. So there's people older than me that did the mixtape thing, and I did that too. I sold CDs at Town East and Town West. I came up.
Yeah, everybody's popped a trunk.
But when I started, before I even heard about it, there was probably other people that did it, but I downloaded 20, 30 tracks onto my MP3 player. Then I gave it to my friend, and I was like, listen to it, tell me what you think about it, and then give it to so-and-so, right? Then
like the whole flash drive, basically?
The whole MP3 player. Just give it. And then I started getting 5 MP3 players. I would just get 5 of them.
Preloaded with your music.
And I would give them out to people and be like, when you're done with it, just give it to other people.
Yeah, you know next person.
Yeah.
Find out.
So they would just...
I'm saying you invented this brand of gorilla.
I like that.
But check this out.
Beautiful idea.
Then they would download it to their Windows Media Player.
And pop it up.
Copy it, put it back on the MP3.
And pass it
had
along.
to do that and then pass it back out.
Yes.
So it was almost like a download card.
This is beautiful.
It was a download card.
You were the first download.
You were sharing. You were
because people.
You were playlist sharing before it was a thing.
Before there was playlists.
Yeah, you were playlist sharing.
Sure, I can back that.
Yeah,
I was playlist sharing
before it was a thing. So like that's why I'm gonna give you like some like flowers, baby.
Yeah.
You were literally like doing a thing that. Like and working hard to make it happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
working hard.
Yeah, that shit to put that all together. You said your process. I hope everybody heard what he was going through to make that work.
So now there's download cards, and you could do the same thing.
Well, yeah,
I do that now.
Yeah, it's easier
because
now.
you created them.
I mean, to be
because I created.
I would say this. They kind of fucking came up with this. I mean, we came up with Festival Podcast until someone tells me different.
Yeah, right. So now, what are you doing? How can we find you? Facebook links,
and new shows,
anything.
Pimp all your shit.
Yeah,
especially the new shows that you got coming up too.
Literally, you can find me anywhere that you have social media, like all the ones, all the even small ones.
What's the best one to get? What's the one you push everybody to?
Zay the Proof.
I want right now. I need everybody to go. Anybody who sees this, I need you to go to my Instagram. I only have like 409 people on.
Let's go to IG and help them out.
And it's Zay the Proof. It's super easy. Everywhere that you ZayTheProof.
Yeah.
You can bunch them all together and make one name. You can
find it pretty easy.
Take you to that.
You can find it really easy.
And TikTok. We're building a community on TikTok. I was real.
Well, it's like you're about to say, and I don't mean to jump in, but like I've noticed because I've been dealing with TikTok over the last 6 months trying to get in with us. Well, it's really easy to get integrated into their community.
Yeah.
Like you gain fucking members every fucking day almost.
Yeah,
they kind of slowly put you into the algorithm a little bit better than most. Yeah. A little bit better than most.
The algorithm is like future.
Theirs is a little bit better. And I will tell you, I looked into TikTok a little bit. There was this big propaganda going around when TikTok got real popular that they were like a Chinese data mining company.
Oh, yeah.
They're not. Guess what? Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and all of them created those false narratives because they were because TikTok came in and started destroying them on advertising money.
Oh yeah.
So that's all it was. That's all it was. So that when you find the money, you know what happened. Yeah. So what happened was TikTok came in so good at doing like reels and shit, and their advertising was just smashing everybody else combined. They were all like, they're a Chinese data mining company. It's like, bitch, so are you. Like you want too, motherfucker.
So inclusive to the point like. When I post a certain video, I really get that following on my reactions.
You do.
Like I made a remake of SPM's beat because I like SPM and I know there's a story.
South Park Mexican?
Yeah, I fuck with him, bro.
Most people don't even know.
He was a part.
I've seen him live twice, baby.
I was raised on beans.
Hey, I
love it.
I've been to 2 sketchy ass South Park Mexican fucking concerts.
And I grew up on South Houston because my dad is like infatuated.
West Tyler Gessler.
All of Houston is my shit. Little Flip to DJ.
Little Flip's fire, bro.
Little Flip to all of DJ Drama shit to all of
West Tyler
DJ Screw, baby.
Oh,
yeah? DJ Screw to Paul Wall to Mike
DJ
Jones.
Screw, yeah.
Everybody in fucking Houston is the shit. So Houston's been.
DJ Screw got a cool holiday. I forgot exactly what day it is.
But he does have his own holiday. He does have his own holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
I actually got to meet Little Flip.
You met him?
Yeah, I met him a little bit.
That's fire.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, I met him at there was for a little bit there was flashbacks downtown in Wichita.
Okay.
And for like 3 to 8 months straight, they had a bunch of hip hop concerts there. And so this was the time that Little Flip and Chameleonaire had a lot of shit together.
Yeah.
And they did a set together. And they did like a Bum B set. Then they had a Juvenile set. Juvenile didn't show till like 2 a.m. And then they wouldn't let him get on stage. They didn't let him get on stage, and a bunch of fights broke out. And that was about the end of Flashbacks.
Yep.
Juvenile was that guy, and that was the end of it.
That was about the end of it. Like okay, so it was like Bum B was supposed to open for Juvenile. It was supposed to be a real big show. So I'm fucking this up a little bit, but I'm in the crowd, and like nobody's showing up. Like Bum B, the big artist, is coming from St. Louis that night. So So they're trying to double book shows, and like there is like 2 rival gangs in this fucking.
Oh yeah,
I hate that. They're both like but they were both cool. But they were both cool until like it got to about 2 when there was nothing to do. Like if
I gotta fuck with you.
Now we might as well fight because we didn't get to the concert that we wanted.
That's how it goes. That's why
that's why you can't get booked at shows. That's why you can't get booked at certain places. Because of shit like that.
I'm also saying like in bugging, I'm saying like I'm skipping all these functions. All this rapper shit means nothing. When you're a real one, I've been one. You know, I'm saying like I've always been real. I don't have to come prove it to you guys.
Yeah.
Because when I come prove it,
it's not a measuring contest, man.
Yeah. When I come prove it to you guys, I have to worry about getting shot.
Lesser minds think it is a fucking.
Well, what we need
there with their dicks hanging.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. And I hate to be a big dumb white guy saying it. No. We need the audiences and hip hop crowds to understand that to make that music work, you gotta not be an ass when you're there.
Are you about hip hop or are you about this fucking bullshit culture?
No. Well, we've got to change, and I'm not talking about in Wichita. I'm talking about at the hip hop level across the nation. We have to change the narrative that those are dangerous shows. That thing happens at those shows.
We have to change the narrative. That's what
we have to change. We have to change the narrative because they're not.
We can't go in there.
I've had my ass whooped at a hip hop show. I've had my ass whooped at a fucking rock show. They're all the same.
Got a Blink 182.
Me too. My first concert was Pantera White.
Go bad if it goes bad.
I was Pantera White Zombie, 12 years old. That was my first concert I ever walked into.
That's fire. That's a good.
But my big giant ass is like, I can get in this pit, boom, get my ass fucking knocked out, and just deal with it. But we need to improve the narrative that every genre of music is safe to come have a concert at.
I mean,
we want Wichita to be a safe place to see shows.
You should go into any concert, any event that you go to, even if it's not musical, knowing that life is life and something might happen. Yeah. People go to school all the time and something weird happens.
No, I mean, shit. People go. I mean, to circle back to it, people go to a celebration of the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, and
get
fucking
shot at.
A fucking teacher gets killed.
Does that mean we should all start staying in our houses more like they did to us during the pandemic? No, fuck no, right?
Of course.
I don't know how we combat that. It's always a sad thing.
We gotta be free.
We do got to be free, but I don't know how we stop these psychos. I mean, we can't get into this. We won't get into this.
No, like the psycho stuff, like when it comes.
I don't know how we combat these weirdos that fuck these things up.
Well, I mean, that's a long process, bro.
Right?
No, but that's a long process.
This is
because
all right, give us something. Give us something. All right. Aaron's got something for us. I feel
Let's get it.
I want everybody to live their life. You feel me? Don't be scared of the next motherfucker by you.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of that motherfucker. All right? What we're going to do is we're going to live our life. You're going to do your thing, right?
I'm going to do my thing.
Because nothing can stop you from doing your thing. Nothing's going to stop us from doing ours, okay?
People try, it don't work out
this
too well.
bullshit that's around there, it's circumstantial. It's going to happen or it ain't going to happen. It's a fucking drop of a coin. It's a flip of a...
You're right.
Yeah. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. Yeah. Don't let it stop you doing.
You gotta still keep moving.
Can we end on that part?
Yeah. No. First, I want him to pimp his shows that's coming up.
Yeah.
Give us those 2 shows. You got a couple good shows coming up.
So I got March 9th. We're in Springfield, Missouri.
Fuck yeah.
We're opening up for Jehry Robinson from Strange Music.
Where you at?
Springfield,
Missouri. We're gonna be at Odyssey Lounge.
Odyssey Lounge.
You know
that's gonna be opening up at 8, and then we're gonna rock. Like, I don't know the ending. We're just gonna rock. And then after that, I got a bunch of stuff coming up in Hutch in May. That's gonna be at Permanent Records. I heard y'all talking about Permanent Records.
Yep, we did.
In Hutch, we're gonna do some Tiny Desk style stuff over there.
I want to go check them out, man. Let's go check them out.
Invite us.
Definitely.
Invite us.
No, I'm gonna invite you to the event, but I'm inviting you right now.
Welcome.
I'm gonna have 4.
Aaron and Austin shows the fuck up for shit.
And I'm trying to get 3 and 5 from Hutch, the burger joint that popped up at Skate Farm. This is my formal thing publicly, and I'm gonna share it and tag you in it.
Is the burger place 3 and 5 burgers?
They don't have a restaurant. They just pop up at Skate Farm.
Oh, perfect.
You know what I'm saying? And they have the best motherfucking, and it's like football-oriented burgers, so it's like 3rd and 5 burger.
I'm sold. Speed agree. I'm all.
So I'm trying to do after hours at Permanent Records. We go in there, 3 acts. Yeah, burgers after that shit. I'm doing a mini tour in Utah, Layton, and Ogden. I'm going to the Ogden.
Ogden,
Ogden, Utah. It's fire. They have a farmers market out there that we get on a big stage. There's just people walking around eating corn, doing whatever they're doing.
I used to stay in Ogden and play in Powder Mountain.
Oh, really? Oh, so you know about Utah too?
This motherfucker's been everywhere. This motherfucker, he's kind of gives you I know a little bit about some shit, and then he's like, I've been in Ogden on 2nd Street by the. You're like, motherfucker.
That's
just you know everything about this town, motherfucker.
Yeah, so we're gonna be out there on the 24th of July, and then I'm gonna be in Layton that night. After that, so we're doing that in the morning. We're going to Layton, which is 20 minutes. South of Ogden. I'm gonna hit up a show at the Dewdrop Inn.
There you go.
July 24th, the evening. It's gonna start around 8. We're gonna get it popping like we did last year. And I'm gonna plug the big dog Keyboy from Hutch, who he's out here working 24,000 on Facebook, numbers everywhere else. He's plugging us in.
What does he do?
He's a rapper. He's like a country rapper.
Well, send him our way.
I got you. I'm gonna tell him to hit you up.
Yeah. Hey, we're willing to support. We're always willing to get into new markets.
That's what we're doing.
We're breaking into Hutchison with you. We use time and space to help us break into the market. McPherson, McPherson.
What about Collective Unconscious? I saw.
Yeah, they done a show with us too. Another McPherson. They got a new album coming out. We're trying to fit them in for a show. It's tough when you got hip hop artists. Y'all come up with new material all the time. It's hard to put you right back on the show. I mean, we try to space it out a little bit. So easy with me, Tony. But I have you on, baby. You know we love you. We know we love you, Tony.
Hey, man. So, what a fun interview, man.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get out of here, make sure that you get with Annie downstairs if you want to give her any of those descriptions so we can put it in the YouTube page so everybody can click on that. Yeah. But I want to do a special thing at the end of this. Me and Aaron have worked real hard over the last 2 years, and our sponsorships are really starting to come through.
Our sponsors have enabled us lately, to really upgrade the studio. We are trying to go and do this on-site mobile podcast
and live. We've managed to do the on-site recording and be a part of it, but we want to do this shit live.
Our sponsors this month really have come through,
stepped up big time. And we love all of you, all 8 of you.
We are now buying some of the equipment that we need to do this and make this.
We've got a big hotspot recently. We've got access to Zoom on steroids. Fucking. I very much want to thank.
I very much want to thank Whiskey Dicks, R&J Discount Liquor.
Oh yeah.
Cowboy Inn, JEllis Kitchen,
42 Below,
42
All Out Detox, PK Pest Management,
Sloco Studios,
the Damn Jam and the Diaper Jam. Two huge things. Both of them, so the Diaper Jam for sure. Make sure 420 you get out and support everything with the Diaper Jam. They were a full year sponsor for us, so we love everything the Diaper Jam's going on. So we really are just going to finish this episode with saying a big thanks to for you for coming in, but really a big thanks to our sponsors that have really helped facilitate a lot of shit we got going on. So
yes, thank you guys very much.
Aaron Austin Show, motherfuckers.
I appreciate you.
Zay the Proof. And I'm telling you, get out and listen to this man's music. It's really awesome shit that I really get into. So
I'm glad.
Check it out. Hey, respect is due.